we get into the writing, we get into the publishing, but the marketing and the e-commerce is always like our bane. It's a thorn in our side. And I'm so
Right.
glad that, I was broke and I had to learn it because I needed the money.
I have another treat for you. Now we're going to meet Miss Sylvia Hubbard, and she is killing it in the fiction game. Hello, ma'am.
Hello, hello, hello.
How are you?
I'm pretty good. I'm blessed and breathing, so that's all I
Amen.
can say.
Amen to that. Amen to that. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and just start off. Tell the people who you are, because you have been in this literary game for a good little minute.
Yeah, it'll be my 25th year now, and
Wow.
so I started back in 2000 with my first book, and now I'm up to over 65 books of
65. Wow.
romance and suspense. And I
Mhm.
also lead the Motown Writers Network, which is an organization in Michigan where we help writers get to their literary goals and we connect readers to Michigan authors. So,
Wow. Okay. So you're pretty busy. This isn't. I mean, I love when I see authors who have taken their platform and just elevated it, and you're using it to actually inspire other authors. So, tell me a bit more about the organization and what you do with them.
so with Motown Writers Network, it pretty much started off as a kind of a selfish endeavor. I don't want to get my head too big with all the accolades. It was because I was too broke to buy other authors' programs. So I put up this website. I knew how to build like a website, and I put it up. And I would interview authors, and then they would tell me all the secrets of their program that I wanted to know. So how to distribute books, how did they get their covers, how did they get it on the shelves? That they happily answered those questions. And I, being a journalism major, I would write it down, do an interview, and post it to the website. And so I would just do this: go find an author, do an interview, and get all the secrets, and then post it to the website. And they were just so happy to be interviewed.
Wow.
And other people, I put a subscription button, and I was like, "Hey, if you want to join, join." And people were joining, and soon it just created into like an event. And I went to an event where I didn't know, like they said, put your name of your organization on your badge, and I was already part of the Detroit Writers Group. It was another Detroit Writers Group, so I put that on there. I'm walking around, and I see all these people with Motown Writers on their badge. And I'm like, oh my God, did I steal somebody's name? I forgot to go change the website. So I went up to this lady and I was like, hey, what is this Motown Writers? And she was like, oh my God, it's this fantastic group I found online, and it has all these authors, and they give you all this information on how to self-publish your book and how to market the book. And I was like, oh, I want to know more about it, because I'm thinking I stole it from somebody who already doing something. Because I was like, I just made it up. I was like, let me call it this.
Girl, I'm about to hang up on you.
I was like, well, what's the name of the person? She was like, I think she here. Somebody said she here somewhere. And I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to change the name immediately. I am so in trouble.
This has got to be the most hilarious story I have ever heard.
She called this other guy over, and she's like, well, what's the name? Because I had my name tag on, but it was over my jacket. And she's like, he's like, yeah, Sylvia Hubbard. And I was like, that's me. What are you talking about? Girl, I went home because I never checked the stats. I had like 75 people on the mailing list, and people have been leaving comments and
Wow.
questions. And oh my gosh. So it just started building from there.
Accident.
It was really selfish. It wasn't an accident. It was selfish. I just didn't want to pay the people. I had kids. I was a single mom. I couldn't afford no $29.99 program. What are you talking about?
Well, I think it's awesome that you did it that way because it's a great. I'll tell you, between this platform and Black Authors Matter TV, which I co-host on Tuesdays, I learned so much from other authors. Before I started this, I didn't know what a cozy mystery was. I don't write mystery books. I learned what a cozy mystery was just by interviewing authors.
Yes. And I learned so much back there. And this was before even ebooks were popular. And other people saw that what I was doing and invited me to other places. And I started learning more about, e-commerce distribution, how ebooks are actually going to be working, all the future stuff. So it was kind of like I got ahead of my time. I was able to get out there and really understand the industry. Even before I started like doing a whole bunch of books or publishing books, I know about the marketing and about the e-commerce. And those are two things that authors cannot grasp right away. We get into the writing, we get into the publishing, but the marketing and the e-commerce is always like our bane. It's a thorn in our side. And I'm so glad that, I was broke and I had to learn it because I needed the money. but your message. So I ended up being able to, do workshops and help other authors. And now I guess I would say I've helped publish over tens of thousands of books.
Wonderful.
Help authors just to get up and get that book published and get it marketed properly. And, I would meet the women who had, boxes and boxes of books in their garage, and we'd come up with plans to get these books sold, get money in their pocket. So it was a blessing to me to be able to do something like that.
That's amazing. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Well, let me ask you this now. Are you a full-time author?
No. Actually, I still work full time. I'm an IT support person.
Wow.
So I enjoy my job because I can work from home. I can work from anywhere. So it's like, you know what? They give me benefits. And my daughter, she's still young and she's in college. So she still needs, health insurance and things like that. So, it's nice to be able to help her out, with my benefit job, but still be able to travel and do it. It's like I can keep a schedule. I don't know if I would keep a schedule if I was like, I'm not a good entrepreneur. I will admit, everybody like, oh yeah, I would love to sit at home, but you give air an opportunity to me and I'll go to sleep. So so this kind of keeps me focused, like, and then I'll be hurry up in writing because I'll write like 10,000 words in 3 days because I got to go back to work.
Right. And I have a full-time job as well, so I really feel everything that you're saying. And then some people are so amazed because I don't talk about my job very much on my social media. Most people think that all I do is what I do, and I love what I do. But I love my day job as well. I just don't like to talk about my day job because I work for folks that people don't like. So I don't want to put it out there, and I don't feel like arguing with anybody. But no, I actually love my job, and I love what I do. But at the same time, I also love writing. I love the art of the written word. I love being able to support other authors.
Right.
And so this is my calling.
Right. Yeah. And that's the same thing. It's just I do, and it's like, my day job is there. My love for this is there, and I'm so glad and blessed, that I can do both, and they make room for each other. And I always tell people, your gift will make room in your life if you let it. If you start focusing on your gift, everything, because I did not even know you could be this happy working from home. y'all done messed me up. I don't even want to go outside and look at anybody. I'm like, what? I can make everybody looking for home and writing.
Right.
So, but it was, and then you rarely ever meet people who say, "Oh, I like my benefit job." You rarely meet people, but yeah, I like it, and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to quit right now. So, and if
Right.
long as you can balance both, it doesn't get away with my writing or my marriage. I'm pretty good. So,
Right. Right. Well, see, I'm so glad to meet another full-time worker as well as author, because you're still a full-time author. You wrote 65 books, and you're running a writers group
right.
that you
So yeah,
that you
I'm full
started by
time both.
accident.
No shame about it. Like, I did what I had to do back then, but
Yes.
now I love that I grew the group to what it is today. And we have thousands and thousands of members. And it's great to be able to go around Michigan and just educate writers on writing, publishing, and marketing, where, our literacy community, especially in the terms of being a writer, like drop to little to none education. And I'm so
Mm,
glad that I was there to help writers during that time when they needed the education to avoid
right.
predatory publishers, to avoid scams, to just to be able to understand, to do it right the first time without eating dirt all the times and become, whether disingenuine or just, disappointed with
Mm,
the process of it, because they'll mess up and then they'll be like, well, I don't want to do it no more. But you know what? You missing out on your blessings, because God gave you that book, and you don't want to get swallowed by a whale, because God will send one and come on the land and grab you, girl. So, and I try, I want people to get their message out, especially African Americans, especially
yes.
us, diverse groups, because our stories need to be told, fiction and nonfiction. And I love to just speak and educate. So, being able to give them that education, plus be able to write the books that I love to read, it's a dream come true. My kids are grown, girl. I'm loving life. I just
Come on
gotta
now.
get
Come
over.
on, empty nester.